This video is about the cello suites by Johann Sebastian Bach. I will explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Johann Sebastian Bach, 1685 to 1750, was a German composer and musician of the Baroque era. He is considered one of the most important composers in the history of music and had a significant influence on the development of Western music. Bach was born in Eisenach and came from a respected family of musicians. He worked as an organist, conductor, and cantor and composed numerous works for keyboard instruments, orchestra, choir, and solo instruments. His most famous compositions include the Street Matthew Passion, the Goldberg Variations, and the cello suites. The 6 suites for cello solo, BWV 1007 to 1012, were written during Bach's time as Kapellmeister at the court of Cothen, 1717 to 1723. Bach probably composed the suites for the cellist of the court orchestra, Christian Ferdinand Abel. The original manuscript of the suites has not been preserved, but 4 copies from the 18th century do exist. The cello suites were long regarded as technical exercises and fell into oblivion after Bach's death. They were only rediscovered in the 20th century and are now part of the core repertoire of every cellist. Each of the 6 cello suites consists of 6 movements based on dance movements from the Baroque suite: Prelude, Allemande, Courante, Sarabande, Minuet 1 and 2, in suites 1 and 2, or Bourrée 1 and 2, in suites 3 and 4, or Gavotte 1 and 2, in suites 5 and 6, and Jague. The movements follow a uniform structure, but have different characters and tempos. The preludes serve as an introduction and are characterized by their improvisational nature, while the dance movements captivate with their rhythmic conciseness and melodic inventiveness. The cello suites are characterized by their contrapuntal complexity, harmonic sophistication, and technical challenges. Bach uses the possibilities of the cello as a solo instrument to create polyphonic structures and to explore the boundaries of the instrument. He uses double stops, chords, arpeggios, and other technical means to create the impression of polyphony. The suites are composed in different keys and display a wide range of moods and forms of expression, from melancholic and introspective to lively and virtuosic. The cello suites are considered a milestone in the history of cello literature and masterpieces of solo instrumental music. They demonstrate Bach's ability to create a wealth of musical ideas and forms of expression from the limited possibilities of a single instrument. The suites have had a significant influence on subsequent generations of composers and cellists and continue to serve as an inspiration and challenge today. They are part of the standard repertoire of every cellist and are very popular with audiences. The cello suites have been interpreted and recorded by numerous renowned cellists. Among the most famous recordings are those by Pablo Casals, Mstislav Rostropovich, Yo-Yo Ma, and Anar Bylsma. Each cellist brings his own personality and individual interpretation to the interpretation of the suites, thus showing the complexity and richness of Bach's compositions. Johann Sebastian Bach's cello suites mark a turning point in the history of the cello as a solo instrument. Before Bach, the cello was mainly used as an accompanying instrument in the orchestra or in chamber music. With the suites, Bach opened up new possibilities of expression for the cello and established it as a fully fledged solo instrument. The suites served as a model and inspiration for subsequent composers such as Beethoven, Brahms, and Schumann in their own works for solo cello. Without Bach's pioneering work, the development of cello literature would be unthinkable. Johann Sebastian Bach's music has survived the test of time and is more alive today than ever. His works are performed and studied in concert halls, churches, and music schools around the world. The cello suites are just one example of Bach's genius and his ability to touch and move people with his music. His legacy as a composer, musician, and teacher is immeasurable and will continue to inspire and accompany future generations. Bach left the world a musical treasure trove that is always worth rediscovering and experiencing. Even in the 21st century, Johann Sebastian Bach's music is as relevant and contemporary as ever. His works are not only performed in classical concerts, but also find their way into popular culture, for example in film music or advertising spots. The cello suites serve as the basis for jazz improvisations, crossover projects, and experimental interpretations, inspiring musicians from a wide range of different styles. Studying Bach's music not only promotes an understanding of the musical past, but also sharpens the eye for the present and future of music. In a time of rapid change and instability, Bach's music offers an anchor of constancy and timelessness.